Well, the Aussies have having a bad year, man. And then the Aussies got to watch Sam Goodman in a few weeks get massacred on Christmas Eve. Tim Tszyu got his shit pushed in by a dark match fighting Russian. Ebony Bridges is out there knocked up by some mystery person. Hopefully it's not Connor. The Maloney's, we don't know what they're doing. Shannon O'Connell's supposed to get massacred. What is that? In a few weeks by Jasmine Parr. So Richardson Hitchins should go on to be the 140-pound IBF champion of the world. Matchroom really wanted Liam Paro to win so he can have a big super fight with George Kambosos in Australia on a big Australian super card, where we talked about in the previous video that the Zone is swallowing up the Australian broadcast market. Main Event Australia, Foxtel TV is the biggest broadcaster for boxing events over in Australia. It's their pay-per-view platform. Most notable, it's Tim Tszyu's platform, the Anthony Mundine's former platform. My bad. Oh yeah. I was trying to find my hashtag. Oh, there it is. Paro Hitchins. Let's see what the fans are saying. I will not be surprised if these cards are going to be funky. Because they want to make Paro versus Hitchins. This fight took place, by the way, in Puerto Rico, because Matchroom had some type of obligation to that arena that they put an African-American fighter from Brooklyn in facing an Australian fighter in Puerto Rico as the main event. It was so bad and depressing of an event that the main cameras that the main shot that you get when you're watching a fight, it was empty seats, a lot of them, for a main event. I haven't seen that since Laura versus Terrell Goucher and Erislandy Lara versus Jane Zabek. By the way, Erislandy Lara used to be an arena killer and a deal killer. He was the last fight on PBC on Spike TV and the last fight on PBC versus on ESPN. So look, these cards taking long already. They're taking long already. So the 140-pound division is a bit all over the place. Teofimo Lopez did an interview earlier this year. Not early this year. Early tonight. I'm sorry, I'm getting tired. Earlier tonight, as Robiso Ramirez and Rafael Espinoza are in the ring. It's a dueling card, top rank on ESPN, headlined by Navarrete versus Valdez 2. Then you got UFC 310 going on, and then you have this card. So this card is just ending while the main two fights for the ESPN top rank card are starting. You can expect videos for that. And UFC 310 is starting to get into the meat of their pay-per-view. But listen, why are they taking so long with these cards? Listen, this ain't a good look. Now, I'm doing this video live real time. It's, I don't like this look. Let's see if we can get a little look at the judges. What are they doing? I think Diamante has the cards. Let's see what the fans are saying. Uh-oh, here we go. Y'all think they're going to rob him? We're going to say racism? We're going to say it was bigotry in Puerto Rico? I almost identified as Puerto Rican last year, but I thought about it. I was like, yeah, Now I'm just Afro-Latino X. I'm just making shit up now. But yeah, the 140-pound division is all over the place. And I'm going to explain why in a minute. Uh-oh.
After 12 rounds of action here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, we go to the judges' scorecards. Nelson Vasquez, 117, 111, Liam Paro.
Ooh, it's happening. It's happening. We're here.
Zappia, 116, 112, Hitchins.
It's here. It's happening. It's happening.
And Judge Frank Lombardi scores this contest 116 to 112 for your winner by split decision,
They almost got him. They almost got him. They almost got him. Boy.
Brooklyn, the world title is coming home. The dream has come true for Richardson Hitchins.
The man talked the talk, walked the walk.
We go listen to the post-fight interview.
And that was impressive because he was disciplined like we expected him to be, but he also took chances with that right hand. He got respect and he controlled a very tough champion. And Liam Paro didn't let him go to a plan B and C. And you got to give all.
My bad. I was reading what they're talking about on social media.
Richardson Hitchins.
Listen, I don't want to bury the lead.
Here's what I posted on my Twitter. Let me mute this a little bit.
Fathomable scorecard.
Yeah, man, that was terrible. You got someone needs to
They almost got him.
find that referee and find him because that was terrible.
That's what I posted. They tried to get him. One of them judges. Who was that judge's name? Is he a Puerto Rican? I'm waiting for the post-fight interview. We're going to get my colleague Big J on the line.
Martinez Mendez, just over 10 fights into his pro career, a lot of people felt that Hitchins could be something special. And now he's got the gold around his waist.
117, 111.
Let's send it up to Chris Mannix, who stands
Here we are finally.
Richardson, congratulations. Before we get into this, I just have to say, while we're talking, 117-111 against you is one of the most embarrassing scorecards in recent modern boxing. But you get the chance to become a world champion. You saw the emotion right there.
They almost got him.
As the new, what was going through your mind when they announced that decision?
Honestly, I was just hoping that they didn't rob me. But, you know, I guess it's what they call like a full circle moment because everybody thought that the last scorecard of my fight was crazy, so how ironic is that? But I'm just happy to
full circle.
become world champion. I'm lost for words. I mean, I knew today I was gonna wake up and become world champion, but I didn't know how it was gonna go. Today was just a fake day for me. I was jittery, and I just knew I had to go out there and be great.
Through 4 rounds of this fight, sitting ringside, it looked like you might be in some trouble. Even your corner thought you might be in some trouble, saying you might be down 4-zip at this point. What changed for you after that 4th round?
I kept telling him to calm down because I thought he was going to come and put the press on me, but his bouncing is in and out. I couldn't get the timing on the right hand. So once I started getting a little closer and figuring out the timing on the right hand, I started taking over, but I knew I was going to get him, though.
It's a very different fight than what we saw you win the last time.
Who's that
against
judge?
Lamos. More like the guy we saw against Bauza, against Zepeda. What was the difference for you tonight?
Tried to get Hitchins in the butt.
Didn't expect him to do. I knew
Tried to take
that
it.
if he came at me, it was going to be an easy night. But he didn't come like most opponents that come in this ring. He thought it was a thinking thing in there, and he made me think every round, and I had to be sharp, and that's what I did.
You don't need much
Puerto
more
Rican, I told you.
fighting for a world title, but how much were you motivated by the talk of you being a quitter, by saying you weren't confident in yourself, that you lost that last fight? How much of that did you take into the ring?
I just
Throw
know
him
how
under the
great
bus.
I am, and I'm like, this guy's been in the ring with all these fighters. He's gonna see how great I am when I get in the ring with him. And tonight, I know I showed him that I'm on a different level. And yeah, once I figured him out, I started to take over.
Was it different for you physically? You didn't have to deal with the right hand injury. You maybe dealt with the IBF rehydration a little bit better.
Today, I came in 100%. Like I said, it was gonna be no excuses. I made the weight comfortably. The rehydration clause, we did everything right. And my right hand had no problems in camp. We brought in Bob Weir to wrap my hands and make sure everything was right. My team, Scooter, with my conditioning. Lenny, you know, he's the man behind the plan. With Timmy Desprez, just my whole team, my manager, Keith Conley, everybody that had to do with this made sure I came in here 100%.
You now have 1 world title around your waist. I know you're not satisfied with that. What do you want to do next?
I want Teofimo in New York, Brooklyn, unification. I think that would be one of the biggest fights in 2025, a very lucrative fight, a very big fight. And like I said, I don't belong in the ring with nobody else but the top level in boxing. That's what it's about.
Congratulations, Richardson.
I just want to
I turncoated on him.
Brooklyn, New York, baby, we got a world champion. Let's get it, baby.
All right, we'll turn to Liam. Liam, what went wrong for you out there tonight?
Look, man, I'm humble in victory and I'm humble in defeat. Congratulations, Richardson Hitchins. He's a hell of a fighter, a hell of a champion, and you know, I want to thank God we get to both go home safe to our family and our loved ones, and that's what we're here doing, just fighting for a better life. But yeah, you know, it's his moment, so I won't steal it from him. Kudos, Richardson Hitchins, live it up.
You know, for all the talk about standing in the middle of the ring and trading, you probably knew coming in he was going to try to fight exactly like that. Off the jab, throwing the right hand. What made it so difficult to get to him?
Yeah, look, he's a hell of a boxer, and I said that right from the start. He stick to a good game plan, and like I said, no excuses, man. We had a good camp, and he was the better man tonight, so congratulations.
Your team really, in the final 4 rounds of that fight, was calling for more urgency from you, calling for more punches from you. What made it so difficult to get those punches off?
Look, his timing was good, but we feel we closed out the last 2 rounds good, but look, we let him get it set in his way, and that was it. You know, like I said, no excuses. It's Richardson and Hitchins night tonight, so let him enjoy it.
It's a tough night for you. Where do you go from here?
We're back to the drawing, but I'll be back, man. It's not a loss, it's a lesson, and I'll be back.
Appreciate it, Liam.
Thank you.
Damn.
We'll turn to Eddie Hearn. Eddie, 2 Matchroom fighters, so
wait for Big J to call in.
In that one, what did you think of that performance by Richardson Hitchins?
I thought it was a great performance. You know, Liam Paro always brought the pressure. He was trying to close the distance, but Richardson did what he did.
Eddie sound disappointed.
It was effective. The right hand was very effective down the middle. I thought Liam started well. It was a close fight after 3 or 4 rounds.
He's upset.
That spell from the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. Richardson controlled the fight. That's how I saw it, 8-4, 7-5 at best to Richardson. I don't know what Nelson Vasquez is up to, wherever he is, but that's an absolute rascal. The right man got the decision. It was a close fight, but I felt Richardson, you know, was the absolute deserved winner. And it's a big victory for him. You know, when he came to Matchroom a couple of years ago, he was out of the game. He was inactive. He didn't have any opportunities. We got him
PBC.
busy. We got him into the mandatory position. Big respect for Liam Paro for taking the mandatory when he could have had a voluntary as well. He wanted to try and beat Richardson. This is a big win for American boxing. This is a big win for Brooklyn. And it's actually a big win for grassroots boxing in Brooklyn as well, because he's a product of that system in Brooklyn. You know, he's a great kid. He's an Olympian. He's a guy that we've talked about at the same kind of levels of Devin and Shakur and Teofimo. And now he's there. He owns a belt. And at 140, it's a red-hot division. Huge nights for him. He wants Teofimo Lopez.
So let's talk about that. Can you make a Teofimo Lopez fight? That's one of Top Rank's best fighters.
Yeah.
To make a unification, you need 2 champions. Teofimo against Richardson Hitchins in New York is a massive fight. You know, you've got Valenzuela there as well. You've got other great fights, Pitbull. We've got a whole host of 140-pounders, but right now he's world champion. So he's going to be chasing the best in the sport. Let's make it happen.
Appreciate it, Eddie.
Cheers.
Guys?
Thank you so much, Chris. So Richardson.
Yeah, Big J, we're live. Can you hear me?
140-pound champion.
All right, hold on 1 minute.
And hey, maybe a New York.
All right, I got Big J on the line. We're going to get his thoughts after the Richardson Hitchins did his post-fight interview. Liam Paro sounds disappointed. Well, obviously is disappointed. Eddie Hearn sounds disappointed, clearly, because he was trying to put together that super card in Australia. And Nelson Vasquez, the 117-111 scorecard, I don't know. Maybe he was drinking. I don't know. Whatever the case may be. But your thoughts? How did you think? I mean, what do you think that Liam Paro could have done differently?
Well, he should have been more aggressive like he was in the 11th round. I mean, he started off well. He won the first. I think by round 4 he was up 3-1. But then after round 4, Hitchins pretty much
same thing over and over again. He seemed like he didn't have any type of game plan for real.
Well, he kept on changing it, but Hitchins stayed to his game plan, which was throw out the left jab, right hook. It was very similar to how Haney beat Kambosos. Throw out the jab, right hook.
Yeah.
He completely neutralized him, and Liam couldn't get on the inside because someone, I think it was you, to say you were concerned about his inside game, and clearly he doesn't have it because he couldn't get on the inside of Richardson Hitchins, who's a lot taller and a lot longer. Well, when you're a lot taller and you've got a lot longer reach, that's all you need to do. Stand back, use your jab, bang, and they both fought very one-dimensionally. I mean, when did they ever throw a combo?
Or, go to the body.
Exactly. I mean, Richardson Hitchins, that's the worst way you can win a title fight is be one-dimensional. Jab, punch, jab, punch, jab, punch. That's all he did.
Yeah.
And that's all he had to do, which makes it look worse on Liam because Liam was a defending champion. right, and sort of smacked the crap out of him, and Richards Hitchins made him look like a complete amateur.
And also, he was
amateur.
Liam being a southpaw, he really fell into the to the game. Basically, after a while, he just kept lunging with that left hand and getting caught with the right.
Good, because Hitchins saw it coming.
Yeah, yeah.
It was very, very poor performance by Liam. I mean, he's going to be a one and done. So, as I said in the previous video, these upsets, these guys who get the big upsets, but what happens after that?
Yeah.
They don't go on to have great careers. I mean, this is just another bloke who got the big upset he's lost his first defense. So
I wonder, as I'm looking at the rankings, do they do a hard reset with him? Do they go after the Kambosos fight anyway for the payday? Because but Richardson Hitchins, he's not going to. Kambosos needs to stay away from that. That's going to be Devin Haney all over again, in my opinion. Maybe not as dominating, because I don't see Richardson Hitchins being as good as Devin Haney, my personal opinion. But I don't think Kambosos is going to go near that. Yeah, well, the problem is that loss there has cost Liam and George probably $1.5 million apiece. Yeah, I can see that. That was a $3 million fight. That's now up shit creek. Yeah. So even if it was on the undercard of Jai, right? That was a pretty significant fight that's now shot to pieces. And the crazy thing is, he didn't even have to take the fight. He could have fought a voluntary, and he took it. So big balls on him. But at the end of the day, as I'm looking at the rankings, I'm trying to figure out where he goes from here. Maybe a Sabril Matias rematch, but I don't see that being likely. Sabrias is flirting with 147, and there's no signs that Paro's going to move up anytime soon. He needs to stay away from there. Maybe a fight with maybe Jermaine Ortiz, Michelle Rivera. Maybe Regis Prograis. It depends on how far he wants to go back. Like if he wants to go to a full rebuild, and fight maybe like a fight, just to get his confidence back and then to start working his way to a title shot after 3 fights. But I don't know. With the way the 140-pound division is set up, is pretty top heavy. But at the same time, with the way boxing is set up, he can't take too soft of a touch. No, he can't. And the problem is, I said, he got that upset. He wasn't supposed to win the Matias fight. Yeah, he wasn't. So now that he's not a champion anymore, he goes way, way back. And he won't get a rematch because IBFs don't do rematches for mandatories. Nope. So he's got no rematch. So unless Teofimo moves up to 147 and there's a vacant WBO belt, the other champions. Well, Teofimo earlier, he called out 140. He called out, he wants Devin Haney, but that's also a fight that, could possibly take place at 147, especially if the Saudis put it on. They'll put on fights for big money with no belt on the line. So, I can't see both of them fighters fighting at 140, but we don't know. Teofimo's all over the place because he clearly wants to move up to 147 pounds. Yeah, I mean, it's very disappointing that Liam is now going to be just another one and done. I mean, Australia hasn't had a long defending champion since the Daniel Gill days. Yeah, those guys defended their belts, I think 2-3 times successfully. Yeah, Jeff Horn got one defense then and lost. George didn't defend his title successfully at all. Jai hasn't, because he hasn't had a defense of his title yet. So, I suppose Sky, but, there hasn't been a long reigning Australian champion in a very, very long time. And now, in a few weeks, y'all got to watch, y'all got to get an early Christmas gift on Christmas Eve. Watch Sam Goodman probably get slaughtered. Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing that's going to happen. Sam Goodman's going to, get fed to Inouye. But it's very, very disappointing for Liam. I mean, he's going to be kicking himself because he should have won that fight. I mean, there was no rhyme or reason why Rich should have won that fight. He fought one-dimensional the entire time. Yeah. So, he completely neutralized Liam's attack. I mean, in the 11th round, he was all over him. Yeah. That's what he should have done the entire fight. Yeah. So, but anyway. Closing thoughts? Well, I mean,
Eddie's supercard's fucked already, and it's not even been formed yet. So, but then again, I mean, you still got Jai and Sky. I mean, the Kambosos fight now is completely meaningless because without a belt, no one's going to give two shits about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what goes from here? I mean, Liam really needed to win that fight, and I said needed to make a convincing statement, and he lost pretty one-dimensionally. So,
Yeah.
And one thing, can the commentators please get the bloody pronunciation of things right? He's from a town called Mackay, not Mackay.
Mm.
All right? Get it bloody right. And can these guys stop calling league rugby? God, that pisses me off. It's rugby league, not friggin' union. So, God, these blokes need to do their bloody research. But anyway, bar that, very disappointing for Liam. He'll go way back to the end of the line now, and who knows what's going to happen. So,
yeah.
Anyway, we've got to move on. We move on to the next thing. I mean,
Yeah.
we've got to focus on Goodman now.
Yeah, we're going to be releasing that video on Monday. Actually, probably likely. I'm going to say within the next 24 hours, you're going to see a video on Sam Goodman and Noye, and then we're going to start building that up. So in the meantime, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. We got to get back to some more boxing, and as soon as we hear some news on Liam Paro and what he's going to be doing next, hopefully he doesn't go on a long layoff. And with Matchroom fighters, that's usually not the case. So we can probably see him back sometime, maybe in the summer, give or take, depending on how aggressive he wants to be with his return. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at TstreeT Controversy, and Big J, as you can see right here on the screen, is his Twitter, and you can follow him as well. Thanks for watching.